Hey, what is up? It's Bloom. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are you? Yes, as you can see, I've got no makeup on right now, but I wanted to come and sit and make another little video with you guys because there's more drama going on. When is there not? There is more drama going on involving influencers, also involving Creepshow Art and Emily Artful. So I really wanted to just come and start getting ready, start doing my makeup, have a bit of a chat with you about everything. So let's get into this one. So I recently made a video that was talking about the whole Creepshow Art, Emily Artful situation, and the first thing I want to say on that is thank you for the feedback on that video. You guys really seem to engage with that one, and also not to do with the video as such, but there were a lot of positive comments about my makeup look and everything. That was really lovely, really lovely. But what I'm really here to talk about today is the Creepshow Art and Emily Artful situation again, because what I talked about in my video on this was part 2 of Creepshow Art's video, where she was talking a lot about Emily Artful's addiction and sobriety, and I talked about how I thought that really wasn't okay and that really wasn't a good thing for her to do. Now Emily Artful has had to try and defend herself against the things that Shannon, Creepshow Art, has said about her and her addiction and recovery and everything, and it's really messy and it's really quite upsetting to watch as well, because nobody should have to try and do that, you know. I don't feel that anyone should have to try and defend themselves in the way that Emily Artful has felt that she's had to try and come and defend herself against the lies that Creepshow is saying about her. So Creepshow, in her 2.5 hour long video, claimed that Emily Artful told her she was sober in 2012. Now that turned out to be a lie, because then Creepshow went on to say, oh well, Emily was lying about being sober in 2012 because she didn't get sober until 2015. Now this is all very personal stuff, and I feel awful that Emily has had to try and defend herself against this. But at the end of the day, it is Creepshow Art's fault for bringing all of this up in that 2.5 hour video. You know, none of us would be here talking about it if Creepshow hadn't come back and brought any of that up in that 2.5 hour video. So now Emily has come out on Twitter and produced a document that shows she got a DUI in 2012, and she's also talking about how she was still using in 2012. And about how she never claimed to be sober in 2012. So it turned out that Creepshow had embellished the truth, put a lot of lies in her video about what was actually going on with Emily during that time. And I said that this was a difficult topic. This was a topic that's very close to home for me. Addiction, a topic that is very close to home for me, especially right now with the things that my family are going through. And I wasn't going to talk about this on here, but this is my channel, and you know what, I decided I am going to talk about it a little bit because I think it's relevant to the topic, and also it might help somebody else who's going through it right now. At the moment, my family are dealing with an alcoholic who's my brother. My brother Charlie is an alcoholic. He's 31 years old. He's made 5 attempts at getting sober, so this is his 6th attempt. And actually on the 30th of December this year, or not this year, sorry, we're in 2022 now, 30th of December, so the other night at 11 PM we had paramedics out to him, and then the following day on New Year's Eve he was hospitalised for the entire day. He was on drip after drip. He was having all kinds of tests done on his heart, his liver, everything. He's very ill right now because of addiction. He's really sick. He's being sick every single day. He can't eat. He's being sick every single day, up and down. My family are under a lot of stress and they're in a lot of pain right now. And I wanted to mention it because that's what's going on with my family right now. That's why I've not been uploading as much as I normally would have when I've got time off from work like I have right now. That's why I'm not uploading so much, and that's why I'm not like, woo ha, crazy, let's be shady, you know. because right now my family are going through that, and they need me, and we've all got to try and support each other through this, and also support my brother in his recovery, try and support him to get sober. You know, it's all very difficult to deal with, you know, but, you know, also being a recovering addict myself, it's difficult to live with somebody who's currently struggling with this, you know. I'm just going to be real and be honest with you guys. You know, I'm not going to come on here and be fake with you. You know, sometimes I just can't come on here and be like, woo, happy, this, that, the other, you know, or like come on here and drag someone, because there might be something going on at home like there is now, and it's a lot, you know. Like I say, my family are really going through it now with this, and it's not something that we're joking about. It's not something that we're laughing about, because nobody likes to see one of their relatives in pain, being sick all the time and all of that stuff, you know. Nobody likes to deal with this, but when it's a loved one, all you can do is try and support them. So it's like, we've got all this going on with him, and it's just, well, that's been the start to our new year. So it's like, hey, happy new year, you guys are all going to deal with this, you know, bit that. But, you know, I'm going to move away from this topic now, because otherwise what happens, you get sad, you end up crying and all that stuff, and you think, why are we going through this, you know. But so many other people have to go through this in their daily lives too, you know. It's not just us, we're not alone, you know. But I'm going to move on, because there be some influencers really doing the bare minimum, or not even doing the bare minimum right now, with everything that is going on with Rona. So, of course, you're all aware we've got this new variant of COVID going around at the moment. Omicron, Omarion, or whatever it's called. I don't know, fancy long name. Yay, another new variant of COVID to fuck us for the new year. We've all got this going around at the moment. You know, 2 of my colleagues at work have had it. In fact, my auntie yesterday, my mum and I were supposed to go and visit my auntie, because we hadn't been able to see her at all over Christmas or anything. And then yesterday she called us up, and unfortunately she is now sick with COVID. So we couldn't go and see her yesterday. But of course, over New Year's Eve, on the old Instagram, of course, influencers are not stopping partying. We have seen Tana Mojo out at club after club after club in Vegas. We've also seen Jeffree Star out in Mexico. We've also seen Trisha Paytas travelling to Hawaii to have a second wedding, and, you know, doing a lot of social stuff there. Then there is also Laura Lee. Laura Lee went out clubbing and all of that for New Year. And, you know, Laura Lee's mum actually passed from COVID. So I was quite surprised to see that, you know. Now, I really don't want to rag on people too much for going out and living their lives. But at the same time, you know, we're all trying our best to kind of stop the spread. We're wearing our masks, you know, we're not going out when we don't really have to, you know, socially. We're not going out clubbing when we don't have to, and things like this. You know, we're all doing our best to stop the spread of this, so that hopefully one day this can end. But these influencers are just being selfish and carefree. You know, they're not even wearing masks. Like, I've seen pictures, Jeffree Star and his crew not wearing masks, you know. And yeah, that might be shocking to some of you that I come on here and say something slightly negative about Jeffree Star, but I'm not playing. When it comes to COVID, you know, I've got another brother who is vulnerable because he's high risk. He has chronic sarcoidosis. So it's like, okay, you know, we can't play around with COVID. We can't really take it as a joke, you know. And as much as, like, I want to go out and live my life, I've not been able to go out to a nightclub for 2 years, you know. So I'm kind of just like, okay, you're really not taking this COVID seriously, you know. And it feels like we are never going to get out of it. You know, I do understand. Everybody is fed up with COVID now. Everybody wants to get back to normal. Everybody wants to go and live their lives. But then you've got all these influencers going out to packed nightclubs, no masks, nothing. And I'm like, girl, you know, we've all been told by law that we've still got to wear masks and all this, get a bloody booster vaccine and all of that. And, you know, of course people are getting the booster and then still getting COVID. So I don't know where any of this is going to end. I'm just like, whoa, you know, I'm really like, 2022, you are going to be just as much of a bitch to us as 2021. You know, at this rate, if people don't stay their ass at home on New Year's Eve, then how are we supposed to ever stop the spread of this virus? I really don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm actually going to stop this little video right here. I'm going to go and actually get in a full makeup look, and I'll be back with more drama for you later, because I've got some more juicy hot tea to come back with. So please let me know all your thoughts, comments and opinions on this one. I love you guys. I'm sorry if it's been a bit of a downer, this one, but you know, it's some quite heavy topics that we're dealing with at the moment. So I love you guys. Take care. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.